Welcome back. This is part 2 of our series, Master Your Mind, The Secret to Unshakable Peace. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge that this message is inspired by the timeless teachings of Myles Munroe. What you're about to hear is an original motivational message inspired by his philosophy on purpose, leadership, wisdom, and personal growth. Today, we're going to confront one of the greatest emotional traps that keeps people from living the life they were created to live. The trap of seeking approval. Let me ask you a question. How much of your life has been shaped by what other people think? How many dreams have you postponed because you were afraid someone might laugh? How many opportunities have you missed because you worried about criticism? How many times have you questioned your own value because someone failed to recognize it? The truth is, far too many people spend their entire lives asking for permission to become who they already are. Today, that ends. Your value was never meant to be negotiated. One of the greatest mistakes people make is believing their worth depends on other people's opinions. If someone praises them, they feel valuable. If someone criticizes them, they begin doubting themselves. Their confidence rises and falls depending on who's speaking. But that's a dangerous way to live, because opinions change, people change, crowds change. One day they celebrate you, the next day they criticize you. One moment you're the hero, the next moment you're forgotten. If your confidence depends on public opinion, your life will become an emotional roller coaster. Real confidence comes from something much deeper. It comes from knowing who you are. The diamond doesn't lose its value. Imagine someone discovers a diamond buried deep in the ground. It's covered in dirt. No one notices it. People walk past it every day. Does that make it worthless? Of course not. The dirt doesn't reduce its value. The lack of recognition doesn't reduce its value. The opinions of strangers don't reduce its value. Its worth already exists. It simply needs to be discovered. And so do you. Many people have overlooked your gifts. Some have underestimated your potential. Others may have rejected your ideas. But none of those things determine your value. People can fail to recognize greatness without changing its existence. Never confuse recognition with worth. They are not the same thing. Stop borrowing your identity. One reason people struggle with confidence is because they are trying to borrow their identity from other people. They want approval before taking action. They want applause before believing in themselves. They want everyone to agree before they move forward. But purpose doesn't begin with approval. Purpose begins with conviction. The people who change the world rarely receive immediate acceptance. Vision often looks strange to those who don't understand it. History is filled with individuals who were criticized before they were celebrated. Don't allow temporary opinions to silence a permanent calling. The prison of comparison. Comparison has become one of the greatest thieves of confidence. Every day people compare their success, their careers, their families, their finances, their appearance, their achievements, against everyone else, and the result is frustration. Why? Because comparison causes you to ignore your own assignment. Imagine two seeds planted in the same garden. One becomes a mighty oak tree, the other becomes a beautiful rose. Neither competes with the other. Each fulfills its own purpose. The rose never apologizes for not becoming an oak. The oak never envies the rose. Both succeed because they become exactly what they were created to become. Your assignment is not to become someone else. Your assignment is to become the very best version of yourself. Your creator didn't make copies. Think about the billions of people who have lived throughout history. Yet no two fingerprints are identical. No two voices are exactly the same. No two lives have the same purpose. That isn't an accident. It's a reminder. You weren't designed to copy someone else's life. You were created to contribute something unique. When you spend your energy trying to imitate everyone else, the world loses the gift that only you can offer. Stop chasing someone else's identity. Discover your own. Criticism is not a verdict. Many people treat criticism as though it's the final judgment on their lives. Someone says, "You'll never succeed. You aren't qualified. You're not talented enough." And they immediately believe it. But criticism is simply information. Sometimes it's helpful. Sometimes it's completely wrong. Wisdom is learning the difference. Not every opinion deserves your attention. Not every voice deserves access to your mind. Some people criticize because they don't understand your vision. Others criticize because your growth reminds them of the dreams they abandoned. Either way, you don't have to build your future around someone else's limitations. Stop performing for the crowd. One of the most exhausting ways to live is constantly performing for other people. Trying to impress everyone, trying to avoid disappointment, trying to make everyone happy. Here's the problem. Even if you succeeded, it still wouldn't be enough. Because there will always be someone who disagrees. Someone who misunderstands you, someone who refuses to appreciate your efforts. If your happiness depends on universal approval, you'll never experience peace. The goal isn't to impress everyone. The goal is to fulfill your purpose with integrity. Walk with quiet confidence. True confidence doesn't need to announce itself. It doesn't need to dominate conversations. It doesn't need to prove its value. People who know who they are don't spend all day defending themselves. They simply keep growing. They keep learning. They keep serving. They keep moving forward. Confidence isn't loud. It's consistent. It's the quiet certainty that says, I know who I am. I know what I was created to do. And I refuse to let fear stop me. Live for purpose, not applause. Here's one of the greatest lessons you can ever learn. Applause fades. Popularity changes. Recognition comes and goes. But purpose remains. If you build your life around applause, you'll spend your future chasing crowds. If you build your life around purpose, you'll leave a legacy. One seeks attention, the other creates impact. Choose impact. Remember this. Today, make a decision. Stop measuring your worth by likes. Stop measuring your value by compliments. Stop measuring your identity by other people's opinions. You are far more valuable than temporary approval. The moment you truly understand your worth, criticism loses its power. Rejection loses its sting. Fear begins to disappear, and confidence starts growing from the inside out. Because your value has never depended on the opinions of people, it has always existed. In part 3, we'll explore one of the most difficult yet liberating principles of personal growth: forgiveness. We'll discover why holding on to offense keeps us trapped, why forgiveness is an act of strength rather than weakness, and how releasing bitterness opens the door to lasting peace and freedom. You won't want to miss part 3. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs encouragement. Keep growing, keep building, keep learning for growth. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time.